Why was she standing beside him? Spitzer's wife, the governor of New York, the guy who was apparently boinking some prostitute, when he came out to give his 30 seconds of glory, say, "I've been a bad boy, I got to think about it," right next to him was the missus. Why was she standing beside him? Well, if you'll forgive me, I don't know what was going on in her head, but I know the answer to your question. The answer to your question is, actually, it's none of your dang business. This is a personal matter between them. Now, violating the law, that's for all of us. Betraying the trust of his office, that's for all of us. But the betraying of his marital vows, the breaking of the promise to his wife and his daughters, that's none of our business. And where she stands, likewise, is none of our concern. If she wants to kick him in the seat of the pants and throw him away, that's her right, that's her concern. If she wants to stand up with him for whatever reason, we have no place to ask. That's something we need to keep in perspective here. What was done that wrongs his marital vows is between him, his wife, and his God. The sex is none of our business, to be honest with you. The violation of the law, that's where we are concerned. You violate the law, you've got to answer to the people. You violate the trust of your elected office, you've got to answer to the people. There's one other thing I want to say. I've heard a few folks mention, since this whole deal broke, that, well, must be he wasn't getting it at home. That's why he had to go out and get a prostitute. Boy, I hate that phrase, and I hate the thinking behind it. And most of all, I hate the implication that it carries. And that is that it's the victim's fault. Because I want to tell you, it is not. And when you say, well, must be he wasn't getting it at home, what that does is it takes, in this instance, the wife, whose life has just been shattered and maybe destroyed. Family is the most important thing we have in life. And when a family dies, when it's broken apart, that's something you simply do not get over. I'm divorced, been divorced. I know what I'm talking about. Well, the deal is this. To take the victim, the betrayed spouse, and say, well, must be she wasn't giving him what he wanted at home, and so he had to go find it elsewhere. That is to make some supposed failing of hers responsible for this. He who's gone off and done bad things isn't responsible. She who stayed home and kept those home fires burning is. That's preposterous. It's an evil thought. It should not come out of anybody's mouth. It's not what's lacking in the bed at home that sends people out wandering. It's what's lacking in the heart and in the mind. The lack of integrity, an overwhelming sense of selfishness, some kind of madness, some kind of crazy lust, some sort of giving yourself over to evil. It's a problem within the person who strays, not within the home from which they are straying. So 2 points. Don't blame the victim. It's not her fault. And what she does is none of your business, none of mine. It's none of any of our darn business.